You, I think that's an interesting conversation to get into. There's nothing wrong with talking about either of them, but for me, it's a question of who's in control, God or Satan. And Satan has a way of hiding himself in everything that he does, and God chooses. God sees otherwise. Satan sees, Satan sees what he wants to see. And I don't want to really get into talks of like Satan. God and Satan are in. I wouldn't actually say they're the same thing, because God is the creator and the creation, whereas Satan, in order to exist, would have had to have had God beforehand. But Satan is fueled by what I believe to be, a more negative energy, and because of that, Satan's creation actually relies on the destruction of God's creation. That's what I understand it as. That's a big discussion for sure. It's this idea of good and evil and duality, and kind of, does duality actually exist, or is it just, the side of world that we've created? And I guess in my view of the modern world, and kind of Satan and Satan's grasp of the modern world, same status. Yeah, in order to be a destroyer as well, their creator and destroyer would be equal, and I guess. But I mean, if the destroyer were to create conflict from either or, anyone can create conflict, but I guess it's the intentions behind what is happening. Like when everything comes back to oneness, like good and evil are, kind of just concepts. Like everyone is able to ascend. Everyone, of course, yeah, God is good. Yeah, it's totally just perspectives. Even the fact that we can come up with the idea of a God, that's kind of something in itself, is our ability to be so conscious that we can think of something that is higher than us. The Satan aspect of that comes out for me in our ability. Like God sees everyone with love. God sees everybody equally. With God, there is, everyone is one. The body doesn't change, whether or not one person is better than another. We're all in God's eyes seen as love and light. Yeah, so like to me, God would see everything as love and light. God would see the world, as one big, unique kind of experience, whereas Satan is more kind of our ability, our willingness to see the differences and to see one of us as better than one another. Satan is kind of this idea of competition and working against one another and competing with one another, whereas God is more unity and wholeness. And so for me, kind of the satanic belief system is generated from the idea that we're all different, whereas the godly belief system, is generated from the fact that we're all the same. God, all the same. Satanic, different. God, work together. Satanic, work for ourselves.